I'm Laura Vitale, and on this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I'm going to show you how to make penne vodka. Now, I've gotten so many people requesting for this recipe, and I mean, it's so easy, but it's really, really delicious. And this is the exact recipe we use at our restaurant, so I know you guys are going to love it. It was a huge hit every time. Let's go over the ingredients so we can get started. You're going to need some crushed tomatoes, some vodka, heavy cream, dried oregano, hot pepper flakes, small onion finely chopped, 2 cloves of garlic minced. You're going to need some olive oil, obviously salt and pepper, penne pasta, and Parmesan cheese. But this is just to make the sauce, so let's get started. Let's get over to the stove and start cooking up our onions and garlic. I have a nice deep pan here with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And you can use regular olive oil, not the expensive extra virgin stuff. And I'm going to put in, it's not heating, it's not too hot, which is fine. And I just added my onion. And I'm going to cook this. This is over medium heat. I'm going to put it over medium high. And I'm just going to cook this to get to about kind of translucent. I don't want it to get too colored. About 5-6 minutes or so. My onions are perfect at this point. They got a little nice color on them. I'm going to put in my chopped garlic. And let this cook for about a minute or so. I've reduced the heat to medium. Medium high was a little too hot. I'm just going to let this cook for a minute. Now, after a minute, I'm going to add in a pinch of hot pepper flakes. And you can add as much or as little as you want. It depends on how hot you like your food. And I'm going to add in a nice pinch of dried oregano. Dried oregano and fresh oregano, with any dry and fresh herbs. With the dry herbs, you put them in at the beginning of your dish. With fresh herbs, you put them at the end. The dry herbs need to develop their flavor. Just gonna... Okay, perfect. Now we're going to add in our vodka. This is regular, not flavored vodka. You do not want flavored vodka. You wouldn't put like vanilla vodka in here or anything. It would just be horrible. So put this in. Okay. And I'm going to let this reduce by half. My vodka is reduced by half. Concentrated all the flavor. Now we're going to add in our crushed tomatoes. I'm going to get every little bit out of the 28-ounce can. Okie doke. Give this a stir. Oh yeah, this is going to be so good. Now, you're going to knock the heat back to medium-low. Partially cover this, just like that. And let this cook for about 45 minutes. And you want to come in and stir it every 10 minutes or so just to make sure nothing's sticking. And after about 30 minutes, get a big pot, fill it with water. Get that to come to a boil so you can add your pasta. But otherwise, the sauce needs to cook for 45 minutes. My sauce has been cooking for 45 minutes on low, and it's exactly how it should be. Very thick. That's perfect. It's about 10 minutes away from being done, which is exactly the perfect time to add the pasta to your boiling water. Just going to add my penne. I'm using penne with lines on them. They really grasp to the sauce really well. Put that in. Salted water. Make sure you salt it well. You know the rule. It should be as salty as the Mediterranean. Okay, back to this. We got our pasta in. Now we need to season it with salt and pepper because we haven't seasoned it yet. We haven't seasoned it at all, actually. Okay, put the heat up to medium. Season it with salt and pepper. Perfect. Just going to give this a quick little taste. Where is my spoon? I lost my spoon, so I'm just going to... Exactly the perfect amount of seasoning. So that's good. So now I'm going to add in the heavy cream. It's very important when you're making vodka sauce. Okay. I put my heat up to medium. It's not bubbling as much as I would like it to, so I'm going to just put it up to medium-high. Incorporate your cream in. Just like so. And this is going to cook for another 8 minutes or so. I've had my sauce cooking. It's about 8 minutes now. I've also drained my pasta. I'm adding just a couple fresh basil leaves. It smells fantastic. Oh, I wish you could smell this. It's really amazing. Okay, now we're going to add our drained pasta that you want to make sure to cook al dente. Nothing worse than overcooked pasta. You can turn this off at this point and just mix it from the bottom up. Just like so. I'm just going to continue to mix this, and then we're going to go over to the table and plate this up. Everything's pretty much mixed. Now, the last ingredient, very, very, very important, is fresh Parmigiano. And we're going to give this a good grate, about a quarter cup of this in here. And this really, really rounds out the sauce. I mean, without it, it's so good and everything, but with the fresh Parmigiano in there, it just makes it that much better. It makes it restaurant quality, which is why it was such a hit at our restaurant. And now I know that my daddy would be very proud to see this because it was one of our best sellers, and I was thrilled to be able to share it with you guys. Okay, that's about right, about a quarter cup. And you want to make sure you use a good Parmigiano Reggiano. I mean, I know it's a little bit more expensive to use the authentic stuff, but it makes a world of a difference. And if you're trying to achieve that restaurant quality taste in your own kitchen, then just go ahead and invest in like $12 in buying a good piece of Parmigiano Reggiano rather than buying, you know, those little tubs of pre-grated cheese for like $4. I mean, who are they kidding? That stuff is dry and it just smells awful. And the real stuff is really worth it. So this is done. This is absolutely done. All I need to do is give this a test before I plate it. It smells so good. Oh, it's gonna be a big bite. Like dynamite. I could eat this entire pan. And look at this. From cooking the sauce, low and slow, look how thick that is. You see, there's no liquid here. There's no water coming out from the tomatoes. It's not going to do that because we cooked it for so long. It's a perfect consistency. I don't know. This is amazing. I hope you guys have enjoyed spending time with me. I hope you go ahead and make this because you're going to absolutely love it. And to get this recipe and other recipes, check out my website, www.laurenkitchen.com. I'll see you next time. Bye!